Well, after 3 years as an Amazon delivery driver, I'm done. I quit. I'm not doing Amazon anymore. Here are a few things that I'll miss about working for Amazon, and here are a few things that I absolutely won't, including the reason that I'm leaving. One thing that I won't miss is being out in the weather all the time. Luckily in Seattle, we don't really get extremely cold or extremely hot, but we do get plenty of rain. So yeah, I won't miss those 10-hour shifts where it just dumps rain all day long. By like the first hour, you're already soaked and you still know you have so much left. Also, being out in the winter when you're stuck delivering for like 3 or 4 hours in the dark. Yeah, that was never fun. There were some days where I was out there until, oh my gosh, like 9 p.m. At least a solid 4 or 5 hours in the dark. Not fun. But one thing that I always enjoyed was exploring all the different neighborhoods here in Seattle, especially on the nice summer days. It was always kind of weird to deliver to like multi-million-dollar mansions when you know you're only getting paid $24 an hour. That was the most I ever got paid doing Amazon. The median price for a house here in Seattle is $800,000. So that was always kind of a weird dynamic. Sometimes it was inspiring, one day this could be me. Some days it was just super annoying and frustrating. I will say for the most part, people were really nice. There was a former mailman that I chatted to for a while, and he's like sang opera to me, which is kind of interesting. Somebody left a whole Keurig with hot chocolate on their porch on a cold winter morning. Oh yeah, another lady early on, she was growing rosemary in her garden, so she picked a bunch and like sent it with me, and I just had it in the van, and then I think I ended up using it for like some pasta or something. Don't get me wrong, there were some less than ideal customers. There was one lady, I remember, I put her package down to the left of the door, and then I went to walk back to my van, and she comes out of the door and she says, "You need to put this package to the right." Serious, straight-faced. She wanted me to come back, pick up the package, move it to the other side of the door, and then leave again when she was there. I don't know. There's another time I had the wrong address, and it was clear that somehow in the system the address had been written down wrong, and so I had the wrong address, even if this person put in the right address, but chances are they probably put in the wrong address, right? You know what I'm saying? So I called to clarify with this person, is this your address? They say no, and then they demand that they need their sweatshirt now. They need it now. I don't know if this was some gold-plated, diamond-studded sweatshirt, but man, it sounded like it was going to be the end of the world if they didn't get their sweatshirt. For the most part, people were really nice, but any customer-facing job, you're going to get some interesting people. When I got a good route, I always enjoyed the views of downtown Seattle, the mountains, the water, lots of interesting old buildings, lots of places that I otherwise probably wouldn't have any reason to be. My favorite was probably this old high school on Queen Anne, which is a hill that overlooks downtown Seattle. And it was a high school formerly, but now it's condos. That was cool because it was a building that I had seen and driven by and been interested in. But to go in and get to, deliver packages, but also kind of explore and see what was going on in there, that was really cool, and it had a great view and everything. There were a couple of times like that too, where you're just walking up some gated pathway to like a humongous mansion, and unless you were like a guest at a dinner party, there's no way you would ever be there again. Something I won't miss, the workload was a lot. Like I was sore every single day. I think in my first couple months of delivery, I lost like 30 pounds. I slipped and fell a few times. Although I never got bit by a dog, I came pretty close. Plus when I started in 2020, a heavy route was probably like 250 packages. By the time I was doing my last couple routes in 2023, the average was at least like 350 packages pretty much every day. And so it was pretty clear that the volume was just going up and up and up. Luckily, by the end, I was always in a step van or an EDV. As far as the actual driving part of the job goes, that was actually a lot of fun. That was probably one of the parts that I enjoyed the most. I don't know, there's just something fun about driving the big step van around all day, or being one of the first to test the EDV. The whole experience with the Rivian rollout was really awesome. It was cool to have the opportunity to be one of the first people to drive them. They're on the news and everybody's stopping you, asking you questions. That was just really cool, and it was something where like I had seen the EDVs years prior, and so being able to actually get to the point where I could drive one, that was really fun. Plus, It was my first time ever even driving an EV. I mean, also a big part of that was being able to make my EDV video that got 1 million views, and that totally changed my outlook on YouTube. It just kind of gave me validation that like this silly thing, like making videos of myself talking to a camera and pretending like people are actually watching, that was just cool that that could actually pay off at some point. So that was awesome. That was a good experience. But really, the reason that I'm not going back has to do with the Amazon's DSP model. If you're new here, Amazon hires a delivery service partner, which is a third-party company that hires me, the driver, to deliver Amazon packages, use Amazon vans. Essentially, they're an entire logistics company where Amazon is their only customer. So in 2020, I started working for my first DSP. In May 2022, we got the news that Amazon would not be renewing their contract, so I switched. In May of this year, 2023, that second company also got the news that their contract wouldn't be renewed. At that point, I took a little bit of a break, but I applied to a third DSP and I was onboarded, I was ready to go. Then I got the call that they too had their contract cut by Amazon. And get this, so of the 10 DSPs that were at my station when I started delivering for Amazon in 2020, 0 of them are still up and running, 0. So they've all been replaced at this point for one reason or another. It's not too difficult to switch between DSPs, but the thing is that when you change companies, you're changing pay structures, management, schedule, delivery area. It's like starting at square one at a job that only has a couple of squares anyways. I just started a new job, so now that I think about it, I'm kind of at square one anyways, but I'm in a new industry. There's plenty of room for growth. I really like my team. I really like the environment. The company is super cool. I can't talk about it quite yet, but I'm hoping I can make a video soon. So this is my last Amazon video for now. If you've been following along for the last couple of years, thank you so much. It's been awesome to get to know so many of you. We're almost at 15,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. It's been a lot of fun, and this has been an awesome part of my YouTube journey. But it's time for something new. So goodbye, Amazon.